Hey Shalloners, welcome back. So a little bit ago, I did a video on booty calls, like how to turn a booty call into a boyfriend. And I've done a lot of videos on fuckboys and players and hustlers and those kind of dudes. And I've realized I was getting ahead of myself. Because before we can analyze how to proceed when we're a booty call or tangled up with a fuckboy, we have to identify that we are in that category. Because what do I always say? You can't change what you don't acknowledge. So today's video is about acknowledging or figuring out that you're not a booty call. How do you know? How do you know how a guy feels about you? Is he like serious? Is he just screwing around? Are you guys on the way to something more serious and committed? I'll tell you. But first, just want to let you guys know that if you want to get in touch with me, please download the Instant Go app. My username is ShallonXO and click chat. If it's not available yet in your country, you can leave your question or comment right here in the comment section of this video. No DMs. I don't open or read them. They're annoying. Okay, so yeah. How do you know if you're a booty call? Because like sometimes it's hard to tell. It's like, are we just like kind of low key? And I mean, he really seems to like me. Like when we hang out, we get along so well, we laugh, we talk, but I feel like he only like texts me last minute and I don't know. Girl, I've been there. Watch my video on the good guy fuckboy because it's like, yeah, we think of players and fuckboys that they're gonna be like, I always do this gesture. This is like the only way I can explain them. If you guys watch the show Claws, they're like roller, you know? Just like, yeah, girl, whatever. And that's actually not how it goes. And it's so much more like emotionally manipulative and hard to get over when you can't figure out what category you're in because he's not being that obvious. He's not being that douche guy. And I've always said to boys when they're like, you know, oh, she's acting crazy. Behind every crazy girl is a man who made her that way, to quote the irrepressible Miranda Lambert. And I've always said that there's only like, I don't know, 3 or so categories that a girl can fall into. Friend, booty call, girlfriend. You boil it down, you're pretty much falling into one of those 3, right? Girls get crazy when you treat them like they're in one category, but they're actually in the other. Don't treat a girlfriend like a friend. Don't treat a booty call like a girlfriend. Don't treat a friend like a booty call. Like, don't confuse it because whatever it is you're into as a guy or as a girl, anyone, you're gonna find someone who's into that kind of situation too, but not if you're dishonest. And I know that this seems like guys should be watching this video, but sometimes, ladies, we have to be able to self-identify the category we're in because guys aren't always gonna stand up and be like, ooh, sorry, I've been treating you like a girlfriend, I'm actually only interested in boning. Because a lot of times, that doesn't serve their interests. Things work well. People don't change something that is working for them. So how do you know? Well, there's a few factors, right? There's some things on paper that it's like, if I'm being honest and looking back at my own situations and applying them to yours as well, things like, I've never hung out with him in the daylight. That's unfortunate. And it's, yeah. We've not really met each other's friends. We haven't met each other's family. He hasn't asked me to be his girlfriend. You know, he hasn't like hinted at something more serious. But what if like those things are at play? What if you're like in college or in a social group, like, yeah, like you guys might hang out all the time and you hook up every time after, or he's met all your friends and like, that's when it gets really hazy. Okay, so there's 2 things you guys need to know. 2 factors. Oh, there's like a storm outside. 2 factors that are going, if you can answer these questions, this is going to tell you whether or not you're a booty call. When a guy likes you in a meaningful way, like girlfriend likes you, you know, girlfriend categories you, 2 things are happening. Number 1, there's a pattern of behavior. He's calling when he says he's going to calling. And yeah, I said the word calling. He's not Snapchatting you on the reg. Like Snapchat and like social media, DMs, all that stuff, that is what I call secondary communication. That should not be the primary way you communicate with anyone. I mean, anyone who's like in your life in a real way. It should be texts, calls, IRL hangouts. Those other things are like a fun supplement. They're the side dish. They're not the main course. So he's getting in touch with you by legitimate means, call, text, IRL, on a regular basis. There's a pattern. Why is that so important? Guys are hunters. I've said this all the time. And hunters know they gotta hold attention. If he wants something, he's got to keep it in his view frame, and he's got to keep you focused on him, right? Because if you're not focused on him, your head's on a swivel and you're looking for someone else, and you get snatched up. I had to tell a boyfriend this a little while ago. You leave out something valuable, it gets taken. So that's why that pattern of communication is so important. He's building a fence around you because he wants you for himself, like in a good way, not like an abusive way. So there's a pattern of communication. He's calling you every night before bed. You guys are texting good morning every single day. Okay, and I know that this is like true for a lot of you guys. You're like, okay, we got the pattern. Yeah, he's like, and I want you to be honest with yourself. Is this pattern every Saturday at 1 a.m.? These are not necessarily the good patterns. There's bad patterns, there's good ones. But let's just say for the moment, you've got the pattern thing. Number 2, most importantly, escalation. Escalation of that pattern. Escalation is crucial because that is what keeps you going from so this is what keeps you from stagnating. And a stagnant relationship is rife for she's acting crazy. It's because relationships aren't supposed to stagnate. I mean, yes, they sort of level off. Once you're boyfriend, girlfriend, it doesn't necessarily need to be going up, 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 up at the same rate it was when you guys were courting and getting to know each other. But in a way, yeah, it does keep escalating. Societal norms say you like each other, your boyfriend, girlfriend, then you do those things, you go to a wedding together or you meet each other's parents. That's an escalation. Maybe you talk about moving in, then you move in, then you get engaged, then you get married, then you have kids, right? So until all those things happen, and those things happen with decreasing frequency. It's not as rapid as when you first get together, but it does happen. So escalation is important because you got to go from looking each other in the hallway, saying hi, small chit chat, exchanging numbers, on the phone conversations, group hangouts, dates, boyfriend, girlfriend, right? That's the basic trajectory of something. Because if he's not escalating, again, it goes back to that hunter mentality. It's because he really doesn't care if these valuables get taken. He doesn't care to keep your attention because his attention isn't on you. His head is the one on the swivel, looking around. What else is out there? What else is out there? What else is out there? If he really is into you, he is going to escalate to make you his own. But here's the downside to this, and this is something I want you guys to be aware of because I don't think we talk enough about recognizing the signs of abuse and of a toxic person. You can have a negative spin on both those things, on the pattern and the escalation. The first thing an abusive person does is they isolate you. Control is isolation. If they start out, it's oh, I'm going to buy her. He bought me this outfit. He really wants me to wear it. And then suddenly he's picking out all your clothes and he's throwing away all the ones he doesn't like because why is someone looking at you in that skirt? And then it's well, I don't want you hanging out with Shallon. She's a slut and blah, blah, blah. It's isolating you. Why is isolation such a big deal? Because it keeps you from having that chorus of people in your life who's that behavior isn't okay. Your goals have shifted. You're shrinking. What's that black eye? No one is calling anyone out on anything. So everything that he's doing exists in this sort of vacuum, and you're not recognizing the signs. It's got you bamboozled. Solitary confinement. So I just want you to be aware that not everything can be twisted and can have a dark side. But let's just say this is all healthy and on the up and up, right? So he's going to escalate because he wants to get those big bear arms around you and be this is my girl. And he's going to do it fast. What I wish I had realized when I was younger is I was making excuses for the timeline of escalation. And I was looking for escalation where there wasn't any. And if I had plotted it out on a piece of graph paper, it would not have gone like this. It would be like this. Oh, one weekend he's all over me and we spend 2 nights together and we binge watch a whole show. And then I don't hear from him for 2 months. And then he's in town and he wants to see me a bunch and I'm coming out with his friends and we're hanging out, blah, blah, blah. And then he'll snap me and then I'll respond, but he won't respond to that. And then it's another 3 months before I see him. And then I'm in his town and he doesn't reply. That defies the pattern, right? So escalation is not a fit and a spurt. It's not well, it escalated really high this one weekend. No. An escalator that we get on doesn't go like this. It keeps going up, okay? So really, really look at this and be honest with yourself. And I know that this is like the ickiest part of my advice, is having to kind of like shine a light on a situation that is not adding up to what you want. But as Sherlock Holmes says, which we can apply here, you have to twist theories to suit facts, not twist facts to suit your theory. I spent the vast majority of my romantic career twisting facts to support theories, making excuses. Well, I mean, you know, he's busy and he's stressed and he lives far away and blah, 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 blah. Girl, he just wasn't into me enough. And it's important to understand that it doesn't matter why a guy isn't into you enough. It doesn't really get us anywhere, you know? Because it is what it is. And so much of the time we get caught up in the why. Like if we think we can unravel it, if we can like fix him and get to the bottom of his issues, that there's some prize at the end of that hideous garbage rainbow. There isn't. There's just sad knowledge. And you're like, okay, it doesn't change the outcome of anything. I want you to use all that brain power and deductive reasoning to fix your life, to unravel your issues, to set goals for yourself, and spend that brain power instead of like reading books on like horoscopes and how does he add up with my... No, I want you to sit home on a Saturday night and make a plan for how you're going to get to your career goals. That's what I want you to do. Boys are the side dish, just like Snapchat, which is where we should keep them, you know, just go over there. So yes, a pattern and an escalation. And here's a bombshell for you. I had a boy say to me once, oh yeah, booty call can include dinner. Oh my God. What? I think like my heart stopped for a few moments. I might have even died. I could be dead now, and this is all just like a hallucination, some sort of weird purgatory. It can. Because guys have adapted like any disease. They have like evolved. And they're like, oh, girls kind of aren't cool with the you up, LOL, 2 a.m. text. At least a quality girl's not for long. Anyway, she's gonna wise up and be like, get the fuck off my phone. So if I really want to hang out with her, I'm gonna have to put a little bit of effort into it. Not too much, because when we like someone, we don't probably require enough effort, right? And then this is the question I ran into, because I was looking at my life and I'm like, yes, this guy was twisted over. I couldn't understand what was going on, because I'm like, he'll take me on dates, like a date, and then we'll hook up, and then I won't hear from him for like 2 weeks. And then it's, hey, I really want to see you. Like, let's get together Saturday night. I'll meet you here at 8. And I'm like, okay, yes. Great. Right? I thought the pattern was starting and the escalation was starting, and then it wouldn't. It would drop off. And I couldn't understand it, because I'm like, well, when we hang out, we have a really good time together. And this is honestly one of the fundamental differences between guys and girls that I have never really been able to get my head around. It's like, if you have good sex with someone, and if you have fun with them, don't you want more of that? I do. I would. What? And I was also so personally insulted, because I'm like, it's not like I'm begging to be his girlfriend. It's not like I'm like, well, if we hook up, then you can only hook up with me. Like, I was chill AF. Probably too much so. I was so afraid of being cast as that girl, that crazy girl with all her boundaries. What was I thinking? All that self-esteem and self-worth, who actually didn't want to get like, you know, hooked up with and then confused. Oh, how terrible. That I was swung too far to the other side. I was like, I mean, anything's fine. It's fine. I don't care. This is fine. I have no emotions. Sure, come over. Or no, whatever. Haha. And where did that get any of us? Where did that get any of us? It's only when I started putting up boundaries and being like, you won't do this. No, I'm not doing that. The guys either stepped up and they're like, oh shit, I am actually dealing with a queen here, and I'm gonna be the king. I want this to go well. But honestly, most of the time it didn't. Most of the time, these guys weeded themselves out. It was romantic Darwinism. And it needed to happen. It was painful, but it was less painful than me going further down a dead-end road, you know? So if you're going on dates with this dude and he's not really taking it anyplace else, it's a booty call. You can dress it up. You can put an order of appetizers in, because you aren't getting that escalation out of there. You're not getting the pattern. So what do? Like, do you call them out? I mean, the whole thing with like, well, if you enjoy each other, why aren't we spending more time together? Because first of all, they kind of like don't have to. And that's a fuckboy mentality, right? If a guy's quality and he's looking for a girlfriend, it's not a, well, I guess I have to girlfriend her up now. No, they want to. It's like you fall in love with someone. You want to be with them, you know? And you want to treat them with respect, and you want them to know that you're not a booty call. Like, you know, you don't want a girl to think she's in that category if she is like your princess. No. You don't want a guy to think that, you know, in reverse, no. You want him to know that, like, he's your lion. So I don't know why dudes do that. I think it's because they don't want the commitment. They, like I said, don't necessarily have to make that call if no one's telling them that, like, this isn't okay. Because, you know, when we like someone, a little bit of love feels like better than none. But it isn't in the long run, girls. Love is not a sandwich. Half a sandwich is better than none. But a little love just makes you more thirsty. It's like a glass of seawater when you're thirsty. It's just going to make everything worse. So you got to self-identify and take yourself out of these situations. And again, don't get caught up in the why. Why doesn't he want to spend more time with me? Why? Who does he want me to be? Just tell me and I'll be the person. I've been there. And it doesn't really work. You know, you are who you are, and you should be who you are, because who you are is amazing. Do you know how I know that? Because you're watching this channel. And that means you're smart. That means you're badass. That means you don't have any visible panty lines, and you love glossy lips. Okay? And all that right there adds up to one bad bitch. So don't sell yourself short. If you want a booty call situation, that's great. But be honest with yourself, and you can change your mind. Sometimes a situation doesn't work for you forever, nor should it. You evolve. And maybe you want a little bit more escalation. Maybe you want less. You got to sit down and self-identify and be honest with yourself about what it is you want, because no matter what you want, it's okay. It's okay. But you can't get it until you go after it. Because like I said at the beginning, you can't change what you don't acknowledge. For more, click like and subscribe for new videos every Friday.